Welcome back to Golf Life, presented by Golf Tips Magazine and by Fujikura, the #1 brand on the PGA Tour. Find out more about the Fujikura Romback shaft at FujikuraGolf.com. Fujikura has been the #1 shaft on tour for the past 7 years. Their research and development lab in Carlsbad, California, incorporates Fujikura's newest breakthroughs in composite materials and manufacturing techniques to create shafts that have specific bend characteristics and tip flexibilities. Fujikura offers more shaft options to fit the perfect shaft of more swing profiles than any other company in golf. This is one reason why they've been so successful on tour and why the company developed the Fujikura Fit-On Lab to test their shafts with golfers of all levels. Today's Golf Life takes you into the Fit-On Lab to meet Pat McCoy, Fujikura's Fit-On Lab guru, to learn more about the characteristics of a golf shaft.
Let's talk a little bit about what people call is the engine of the golf club, the actual shaft, and the parameters that we look at in fitting in lieu of a consumer just going to a shop and saying, give me the yellow one or give me the blue one. Basically, there's 3 different points on a golf shaft that we look at when we measure stuff, and one is being butt flex, the actual feeling in your hands, the rigidity, the stiffness, and we measure that with what's called the frequency machine, and then the midsection and the tip flex. Just because you're an S guy doesn't mean that you need something that's tip stiff. You might be something that needs a little bit more tip flexibility to help launch the ball in the air, to spin it a little bit more. The actual profile of the shaft, when we bend this thing, where is the bend? This one is almost in the middle, but some of the ones that we design are higher up, depending upon the launch and spin the player's looking for. If we want to decrease the launch and decrease the spin, we would move the bend profile or the design of the shaft closer to the handle. And on the other side, if we wanted to increase the launch and increase the spin, we would move that bend point down. We also look at the torque of the shaft. Everybody thinks that they need lower torque. That isn't necessarily the case. Torque relates to feel of the actual flex of the golf club. If we make a shaft that's very low torque, and steel is probably as low as it can get, but we make shafts that are around the 2 degrees torque, it would feel very rigid. It would feel very boardy. On the other side, a shaft with 4 or 5 degrees torque can feel like it's more flexible when it might not necessarily be more flexible. We have tour players on the PGA Tour that play with 5.5 degrees of torque. And torque is basically the resistance of twisting from the head to the handle that way. I think it's important for players to find their optimum kick point and torque and bend profile with their fitter. Most players know in their foursome, based on comments, whether or not they think that they're optimizing their results. And if they feel like they're not, they definitely need to find the right bend profile and tip flex and butt flex and torque that suits their swing type to optimize their results. In summary, there's a lot of different complexities that go into a golf shaft, but we'd recommend that you go to FujikuraGolf.com to find a dealer that would best suit the shaft head combination that works the best for you.
For more information or to find the Fujikura Fit-On Lab nearest you, surf the web to FujikuraGolf.com. If you want more golf product features, tips from top golf teachers, and tours of golf resorts, visit us online at GolfLifeTV.com.
Fujikura, the leader in golf shaft technology, takes the next step forward with the new Romback series, taking accuracy and distance to a new level. The newest Romback Z shaft dramatically reduces ball spin and launch angle, giving you more control, longer distance, and more power. Find the Romback shaft that fits your game. Fujikura, the #1 wood shafts on the PGA Tour.